Adam Copeland devoted his life to professional wrestling. Then it all got taken away. What exactly happened next? How did the rated R superstar achieve redemption? Well, that is an incredible story that deserves some spotlighting. It's a story that should be used to motivate, to inspire, and to prove to everyone that showcasing grit throughout the trials, tribulations, and challenges of life will ultimately lead you to your personal mountaintop. Or at least, get you pretty damn close. Hopefully. For Edge, this promised land can be best described as the second mountain. This second mountain is not too uncommon to professional wrestlers, with many a performer suffering from serious injuries or career-threatening circumstances over the journey. However, no wrestler's second mountain quite compares to that of Adam Copeland, Edge. No wrestler's redemption is quite like that of Adam Copeland, or Edge. That makes for one special little story. So, with that being said, I present to you Rated R Redemption, the transformation of Edge. If I was to cover Edge's entire career, quite frankly, I could be here for hours. The man holds the record for the most championships ever won by a single superstar in WWE. He has a backlog of moments and memories that will stay with fans for a lifetime. And he even claims fame to a live celebration with Lita on Raw. Edge's first mountain was truly something to behold. So, the final stage of that mountain came at WrestleMania 27, where the Rated R superstar, fought through neck pain and the odd numbness in his arms to defeat everyone's favorite wrestler, Alberto Del Rio, in the opening match to retain the World's Heavyweight Championship, a belt which WWE really should bring back. Just throwing it out there. That final moment of Edge's first mountain was truly special. Then Edge went and got an MRI. The results came in and it was made official. Edge's wrestling career was over. Imminently. It was over on the spot. A highly emotional farewell speech made the WWE Universe consciously aware of this, and with that, it began to set in. Edge was done. We'd just seen the farewell of a truly generational performer, because there is no way he will ever get cleared again after all the wear and tear that was put on his neck. Edge received a well-deserved SmackDown Appreciation Night in September of 2011, where Edge got to chatting with his eventual wife and mother of his children, Beth Phoenix, for the first time, probably, alongside his induction into the WWE Hall of Fame, class of 2012. And that was it for Edge. As Edge said in his WWE 24 special entitled The Second Mountain, a massive void was there. So, with the first mountain done, and no second mountain in sight, where would Edge go? Well, Edge got into the acting world. From the role of Dwight Hendrickson in Haven to Nick Blades in Bending the Rules, these years of acting benefited Edge immensely, as acting is merely just a branch on the entertainment tree, a tree that includes professional wrestling right on it. These experiences provided Edge with the tools that would make the eventual second mountain that much more special and that much more sensational. In 2014 and 2015, Edge ingratiated his way back into WWE in a non-wrestling capacity. From the Rollins threatens to break Edge's neck segment on the final Raw of 2014 to the Edge and Christian show on the WWE Network, Edge was keeping himself busy. Then 2017 rolls around. Come 2017, Edge would stop into the WWE Performance Center in Florida, where he witnessed the hunger of developmental talent that are desperate to ascend their own first mountains. This served as a source of motivation for the Rated R superstar. A newfound purpose, you could well say. So, after that happens, and after a really tough 2018 that brought with it the passing of Edge's mother, Judy Copeland, Edge drew upon spades and spades of the trait that had underpinned his entire career and would drive the imminent ascent up the second mountain. That trait being grit. Edge harnessed this grit to endure the indescribable pain of losing his mother to push forward with his professional acting obligations, during which he was filming fight scenes. Amidst this process, Edge raised the question to himself for the first time, if I can do this, why can't I do that? That singular question kickstarted the flame and drove the ambition of Edge to ascend to the mountaintop all over again. Following a spear on Elias at SummerSlam 2019 and rigorous medical testing from an array of the world's best doctors, Edge got the text that he was cleared. And with that, With that, the ascent had begun. Royal Rumble 2020, Minute Maid Park. The greatest return in WWE history. Or at least one of the absolute best. No arguing about that. A moment that will never be forgotten. Edge would go on to last 23 minutes and 43 seconds. Edge would go on to record 3 separate eliminations, one of which was a former tag team partner of his and WWE legend Randy Orton. Edge would finish 3rd in the Royal Rumble. He lasted to the very end of the Rumble, but was eliminated by Roman Reigns. Edge fell short, but he made his impact he made an amazing impact in that return. From here, Edge's second mountain goes off on a trail made up of grit, tension, and animosity. The Raw following Edge's return at the Rumble 2020, he would cut a promo. This was interrupted by Randy Orton. Randy looked his former partner in the eyes, lured him into a false sense of security, and then BAM! Orton struck. An RKO. But Orton wasn't done, as he delivered a concerto to the bad neck of Edge. With Edge laid out cold in the middle of the ring, hands quivering, and Randy Orton callously standing over him, you knew that this first trail of the second mountain was going to be a great one. And boy oh boy, was it just that. The build to the Orton and Edge match for WrestleMania 36 included Randy Orton RKOing Edge's wife, Beth Phoenix. The build to the WrestleMania 36 match included Edge cutting some incredible promos and Randy Orton destroying Matt Hardy repeatedly. Because AEW is evil, damn it, pal. That led into WrestleMania 36. Edge's first WrestleMania as an active in-ring competitor since 2011. Come WrestleMania night, these two put on a nuanced, slower-paced, last man standing match. For all the crap that this 36-minute match got for being boring and terrible, Meltzer, Alvarez, it was a damn good match, thanks to the acting ability of both men, particularly Edge. His facial expressions, his selling, flawless. It just made for an incredible match all round, as Edge stood tall in his first WrestleMania match and first real non-Rumble match back in general. Fresh off the heels of the WrestleMania victory for Edge, WWE felt as though it would be perfect to classify the Backlash rematch between the two as the greatest wrestling match ever. As Edge said himself, anytime you say something is the greatest ever beforehand, you're setting yourself up for imminent failure. The Backlash match between Edge and Orton was incredible. No other way of putting it. Debatably the very, very best match of Randy Orton's career. And it's certainly up there in Edge's career. It's hard to accurately describe the greatness of this match. You simply need to go and see it for yourself. This match was absolutely phenomenal. At the end of the day, Randy Orton stood tall over Edge. But that result wasn't the worst of things for Edge. Because during the match, Edge would tear his triceps. This serving as a huge setback on the ascent up the second mountain for the Rated R Superstar, on the redemption trail for the Rated R Superstar. But just like the other setbacks he dealt with in his career, Edge refused to settle. Edge showed grit, he showed even more grit, and even more grit, and he rebuilt himself yet again. Then, we take a few months off, and we roll into the January 25th, 2021 episode of Monday Night Raw. Edge announces his entry into the Men's Royal Rumble match in what was an incredible promo, one of Edge's best in his career. This Royal Rumble would act as the final push back to the mountaintop for Edge. So, with that considered, we roll into that Sunday, the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble match. The Rated R Superstar Edge enters at number 1. Randy Orton enters at number 2. Yet again, Edge worked a nuanced, endurance, cardio, stamina-based match to go the distance. Okay, Edge went from 1 to the end. Edge went bell to bell. He put forth a 58-minute, 30-second long performance that featured a wholesome moment with best friend Christian. And ultimately, Edge had done it. From having his first mountain come crashing down in 2011, with his career of dreams being ripped away, to this. A Royal Rumble victory which guarantees a spot in the WrestleMania 37 main event. And just like that, Adam Copeland had reached the top of his second mountain. The Rated R Superstar had achieved redemption. So, with that being said, what makes Edge so great? Why has Edge's ascent up the second mountain been so special? The answers to these questions have been touched on already. From the love of professional wrestling, the unadulterated passion to be the absolute best at his craft, and the grit to overcome anything. These traits are part and parcel with the rated R superstar and have been heavily responsible in making Edge's return run so damn awesome. To elaborate upon this, Edge upon his returns embodied everything that makes a professional wrestler truly great. From the matches, which feel truly must-see and tell amazing, emotional stories, to the promo segments, which truly captivate you and draw you in unlike anyone else in the industry today. And finally to the storylines, which carry whatever show Edge happens to be on. So, with that being said, thank you for watching, because this has been Rated R, the transformation of Edge.